What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Turbo John YouTube channel. We're on day 552 and we're still working on this thing, trying our best to make Piedmont Dragway. That's happening Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a blast. We're doing Carolina No Time Small Block Boost. So this is just a continuation of the video from the other day. We got to finish this little pipe here. I got some wiring to finish up in the car, mount some sensors, and then we're going to hopefully get this thing fired up, cranked up, and spooling later on today. Let's check it out. Make sure y'all go to turbojohnracing.com, pick you up some t-shirts, hit that join button if y'all are interested in some weekly tech talk, and make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, guys, so another very long night. I got over here pretty early and it's pretty late, but we are close. So we finally got this pipe done. All this is mounted up. Got the turbo mounted. You can see we got all the wastegate lines run. These go to the bottom of the wastegates. CO2 stuff is run. Oxygen sensor is mounted. We got all these lines made up now. All the fuel lines still. Randy is going to get the blow-off valve fitting, or the line for this. This blow-off valve uses a big one. It's a 3/8. So he's going to get that. We just primed everything. We got like 80 pounds of fuel pressure, and I think it was 40 or 50 pounds of oil pressure, so we're good there. We got the feed for the turbo coming here, going down here. This is the dry sump. It's going over and then going under here to a scavenge. So that was working good. Dome sensor is wired up. We got to get some wire loom to go over this stuff. This is a back pressure kit. I don't remember what the name brand was, but it's pretty neat. It comes with a steel line and then a braid line. I assume it's Earl's. Then it comes over, and then this is the back pressure here. And so we got back pressure. So coming down through here, so this is the CO2 bottle. CO2 bottle is controlling the wastegate, so you can hear them, the ignition is on. We broke into this line here, teed off, and this is going to the shifter, and that's going to the Holly valves. This is a wiring mess back here. I will tidy all this up at some point, but not right now. So these are the wires. These are going down to the transmission sensors to monitor transmission pressure. You got one measuring transmission pressure internal, and then one is measuring converter pressure. So there are two dumps down here. The internal dump is hooked up. That's fine. The external dump I have not done yet, so I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow morning. So we tested all the trans brake stuff. These solenoids are super loud, but they seem to be following the boost curve exactly like we want it to. So I got all this stuff set up here. This thing should be ready to crank. We're gonna check for leaks in the exhaust pipe. The other thing we did is we got a nice little, we turn the dump on this. You can see it goes out here and it kind of dumps down just away from the fuel cell. I know that's not a best mandrel bend, but it will be fine. It will work great. So let's try to fire this thing up. Boom, yow. Finished product. We are pretty doggone excited. Okay, so we're fixing to fire this thing up. We couldn't find the hose, so we duct taped it. I was gonna hold my finger over it, but Brian was like, just duct tape it. That's a good idea. Okay, fire it. Ready? Yeah. Do it again.
It is returning.
Where's the spring?
I don't remember. I may have one in my toolbox. I've got the throttle. Just crank it. Okay.
Have to play with the tune again. Oh yeah, because we had that big vacuum leak before, so he had it way down on idle. Go ahead. so methanol will suffocate you in here. Oh, it's a little peppy. That right there is boy, that turbo was hauling butt.
Yeah, H-trim wheel won't work my ass.
That thing was spinning rapidly. Yeah, this is the H-trim wheel, so, you know, there's a lot of people telling us that was a bad idea. But, I don't know. Air fuel was reading nice and steady. So he's just got he found a couple pinhole cracks he's got or leaks on the welds he's gonna fix. This all should be fine up here. Randy's got to stop and get this. Do what? Tiny. Look, we need to also tomorrow, we got to verify timing. So we got to do a punch list, a checklist of things we got to do in the morning. I was not able to get one of the sensors in the transmission. I forgot about that. So I only got one sensor in. So the main line pressure, which that being the main line pressure, that's really not that important. Where, I mean, the torque converter pressure is the main one. So Brian also got his motor apart today. And very nice stuff. Callie's ultraviolet rods. You can see they are blue. Got two of them. And what happened, we don't know exactly what caused the failure. Well, we do know it took, when he was racing me, it didn't shift and it went to like, what'd you say it went to? 8,800 RPM? It went to 8,200 RPM and then he had to manually shift it. And so that was at Roxborough. And so he made those two partial passes at Rockingham and that really didn't do anything. But the pass against me, he made a mostly full pass. So it must have hurt it at that point. And what ended up happening, the main bearing for that journal partially spun. It didn't spin completely, but you can see the tangs on it are flat. There's where the tangs normally are. See, but it's flat. And it doggone spun, and when it spun, then it lost the oil flow to the rods. And so that's what caused the rods to have a problem. The crank seems to be fine. It's going to have to be turned, but once he turns, I think he's going to have to get turned 10 or 10 or 2020. I mean, but it's a very, very nice Callie's ultra billet crankshaft with the center counterweights. So it's one of those things. I mean, turning it's not going to be that big a deal. All the other ones look fine. You know, this thing's good stuff. I mean, this is not a junk motor at all, and that was just some bad luck. All right, so we're really close on Randy's. So hopefully it's already Friday. So I don't know if we're gonna make it to Piedmont Friday night or not. We may still make it Friday night, but we still got, it is right now 20 till 1. Randy's an hour and a half away from the house.
Don't worry about me.
And I'm planning on being, but we gotta be back over here early tomorrow. I mean, like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So it's gonna definitely be, it's gonna be interesting. Not much sleep, which I didn't expect to get much sleep this week. We all been out here kicking butt on it. Brian's been over here. Randy's been over here. Earlier today, we had Willie and John, and well, they all cut out early there, didn't they? Mm-hmm. Who all was over here? Willie, John, Shannon came over here for a few minutes and worked on his car, and then he left. He said, I ain't helping y'all. I'm going to the house and going to sleep. I think that's what everybody else done too. Nick came over and his crew, his son. We had a whole bunch of people over here. All right, guys, y'all comment, like, and subscribe. We will see y'all soon. Hopefully, we'll be racing this weekend.